we'll get started in just 1 second. All right, looks like we are streaming. We should be good. All right, so let's get started with Bitcoin first, obviously. Before we actually do TA, we'll just look at some indicators really quick. My favorite, obviously, is the cloud. We'll look at the weekly and then lower time frame. So weekly looks great. Probably some consolidation here before we pop off. We had a nice little 6-7 week in a row green, and we're going to end this week red, obviously. Here are some levels on the weekly. 93.4k is the Tenkin, and 80.6k is the Kijun. My favorite actually is the daily time frame on the cloud, which tells me as long as we're under the blue line, which is the Tenkin, we're going to test the red, which is Kijun. Currently at 93.3, 93.4k area. So if we test there, that's where we need to hold. And it's obviously cloud support here as well. Bounce, keep the cloud green. We'll probably get some sort of recross if that kind of happens, and it basically just be sideways chop for the summer if that were to happen. Let's see what we get. Still, charts are looking bullish on all time frames. So that's the cloud. Here's the yearly pivots. Next target is 121.7k, and then you can see the other levels for the rest of the year. Basically, as long as we're over the yearly pivot, which is at 80,161, we're testing 121.7k next, and then basically 150 and 191. So let's see what we get for this year, but still everything looks bullish. And then crosses, obviously, you know, held bullish test right here, and right here. And then, you know, we held, chop, took off. We took off right here, probably chop, and then take off as well again. And then on daily time frame, you can see we lost 10, and we're approaching the 50, which is around 98.6 right now. So those are the 10 and the 50 MA cross that I'm watching. So that's just some indicators to watch. And now let's actually look at TA. On the weekly time frame, I don't know who's trading weekly, but if you are, we're bearish underneath right here, which is at 109,000, basically 109.6k. As long as we stay underneath there, we're likely to test 99.7. That's just the weekly time frame. Daily is a lot more actionable. As long as we're underneath this line, which is at 107.3k, we're testing 97.7k next. 4 hours, we actually lost our bullish level, which kind of sucks. And then we actually have this bearish block that we need to get over as well. So if we are to be bullish, we need to, you know, basically break out like that, right? Over green is definitely bullish. I can see a retest. If we are bearish, I can see a retest of, you know, something like this. On 4 hours, this order block is what we're looking at. This is what I'm paying attention to on 4 hours. If we get here and we reject, I will be looking to short it. 30 minutes is getting to our target. It did kind of get front ran, but let's see what happens. As long as we're underneath 107.3K, we're going to 102.667. So let's see what happens. Maybe we chop, retest one of these levels, reject, and then test lower. If we hold here on lower time frame this coming up week, I will be looking for longs. And then next we have ETH. So let's take a look at ETH. Here's our weekly levels. Let me zoom in on daily. As long as we're over this right here, we're fine. I actually wouldn't be surprised if ETH just pops instead of actually retracing all the way down here into its high time frame weekly support. Daily time frame is where it's actually been rejecting. This is the main level, 27.1750 is the level we need to watch to get over in order to test the highs. And there's a bunch of resistance here, so I mean, if you can't get over, then yeah, I can see something like this. If we were to reject, right? Wipe everyone out on both sides. Or even just take off, get everyone bullish, and then reject, right? At the moment, this is our main support zone down here. And daily time frame is bearish underneath 27.17. 4 hour never hit its target. Let me extend some of this stuff out. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see something like this. Some sort of whiplash, crazy volatility on ETH. Let's see what we get, but 4 hours is actually still bullish. We have not hit our target over 2,057.60. You're testing 3,050 next. The problem is 30 minutes is bearish still. This is our level to level on 30 minutes. I would look to long if we reclaim here 27.76 to 3,000 plus. Solana and they all pretty much look alike. This is the level it needs to hold on high time frame, Solana, and it is holding on weekly. Daily we might be able to bounce here somewhere in the green. If not, we're going to test this green down here. I would love for this to hold and bounce along here to resistance. And even 4 hours, all it needs to do is make a higher low, right? If it makes a higher low somewhere around here, it's going up there. Underneath 143.36, I'd be bearish on 4 hours on Solana. And then AVAX weekly, we still didn't hit our target of 28.74. So this is where I'm actually looking for longs on AVAX. If support holds, or basically anywhere between $18.19 up to you where currently price is at, if it holds, I will be looking for longs to at least $28, $29 and up to resistance. The daily chart is the one that looks the best. Basically anything over $21.63 is going to 31.87. And then same with 4 hours, reclaim 22.64, and it's going to 30 plus. So reclaim, get over, or go lower to support, reaccumulate here, and then pop it to $30 plus. Aptos actually doesn't look too bad, except I really don't like it on high time frame. The only time frame I actually like it on is 4 hours. If it reclaims this green line at $5.84. Right now, everything's just telling me it's going to keep going lower until it can find some sort of support somewhere. Ideally, it'd be nice to find support down here in the mid $3 or even low $3 and then take it much, much, much higher. AAVE is another one that actually hit all of our targets on high time frame, except it did not actually hit anything on low time frame on the downside. So I don't like it on lower time frame. AAVE is basically bearish in my opinion, under 273, 274, down to sub 200. Let's see what we get. I don't like it on low time frames. High time frame hit all our targets. Low time frame is looking bearish. I don't like it at the moment. TIA actually made new all-time lows. Let's see if it ends up being a sweep SFP and we can reclaim some levels and go higher, or TIA just is going to what a fucking ugly chart. Yeah, TIA looks like ass. Made new lows. Let's see if it holds. These are levels I'd be watching on daily time frame, and we do have some major resistance right here as well. If you can actually reclaim here, that's what I'd be looking for. And then obviously we can talk about it if we can reclaim here. First, let's at least try to reclaim this level right here at 249, and then we can take it to 395. Same with 4 hours. Reclaim 249, and then the main target on 4 hours would be 450. But T looks like ass. Same with BERA chain. Made new lows again. Looks like ass. Needs to regain some levels for us to even consider some longs. I personally, 4 hours is the only chart I'll be watching. As long as it's over 277.32, it's good for longs. Underneath, it's going to make new lows. So get over and stay over this resistance. Basically flip this resistance into support, and then we can talk about testing $7. But another shitcoin that I would stay away from. Not worth buying, holding, or anything. SUI as well, coming into high time frame support right here. Let's see what we get on it. High time frame just says dip because it hit the long targets. Daily looks pretty bad underneath as well. And these are some of our 4 hour levels that we're looking for it to hold at. FARTCOIN actually bounced at support a bunch of times. Want to see if we get a deeper retrace on it, but it's actually been one of the stronger coins. It's probably been the strongest meme coin, and it's been holding the daily level, which is basically at 94 cents 94 cents technically. Lose it and we're looking much lower, but it's holding support and just accumulating. Probably makes new highs soon if it just keeps holding and making higher lows. Look, you have a sweep right here, higher low, making another higher low here as well. Reclaim 4 hours right here on $1.17.5, and would love to scalp this 47% right here. Hype made all-time highs like we said. Now all we have is fib extension targets. Don't really want to look at hype unless hype loses $28.373, this level right here. I'm going to be bullish for it to make new highs. So whatever it wants to do anywhere over 28.37, I really don't care. Let it do what it does. Accumulate is going to pop for new highs. Losing that is concerning, and then I'd be worried. So as long as hype is holding low to mid 28s, I'm actually not worried on it. Popcat needs to regain this weekly level if you want to scalp it on high time frame. Low time frame is super bearish. This is where I would love to long it to 84 cents. I mean, if you get a chance to long it again here, you're looking at 3x plus, right? So let's pray this is and just gonna keep dumping and get into support, get everyone bearish, and then we can look for longs. 4 hour hit his bearish target already. However, if we lose it, which we did technically, I'm looking for much lower and support right here. So Popcat would love to long much lower. BSW is kind of doing what we're expecting it to do. Just chop around and accumulate around here. And somewhere around these lows is when we'll look to take some longs on it all the way up to 13 to 14 cents. Yeah, I expect this chop probably to continue for a while. Who knows? Can even go a lot much lower, right? Like even down here, or sorry, even like or here or something like that, right? As long as it makes a higher low. That's pretty much it on all the alts we have. All the charts are on on Discord. Some of them are actually on Twitter as well. So come join us. Come check us out if you're interested. It's 100% free. So don't worry about paying or any of that nonsense. So yeah, let's have a good trading week. I will be updating these charts on Discord as well as some on Twitter throughout the week. Let's see what kind of week we get. Um, we actually have a lot of stuff going on as well. If we take a look at the calendar real quick. Hold on, let me change this to USA. So PMI and Powell speaks Monday, JOLTS Tuesday, ADP Wednesday, unemployment Thursday, and then other non-farmers and other stuff on Friday as well. So gonna be a big week in terms of a lot of this data coming out early morning before New York open, except for these 7 a.m. ones. So yeah, let's see what we get this week in the market. All right, guys, I will see you guys next week.